So the core premise here is in stellar shamanic healing, illness and fragmentation is a lot of times understood as a disconnection from one stellar origin point, kind of like the star soul that animates the deepest layer of ourself and the external sourcing we deal with every single day, right? So healing restores and repairs that thread between our earthly consciousness and our stellar source, our higher self. This is the same in every, they use different words. So in different practices and belief systems, they refer to stellar source as higher self, or heaven, or, one in Buddhism, one of the five heavens, whatever. There's different terms for it, but it's all the same thing, right? That's why I talk about omnism a lot, because it's like we're using different imagery and different labels and descriptors, but we're explaining the same thing, right? So you got to take that into consideration. All right. So stellar soul retrieval. This can be a very much a journey practice where you are journeying to locate that fragment of soul that kind of went home during trauma or a traumatic experience. So you're going to identify which stellar realm it retreated to, and you're going to kind of negotiate its return. And you're grounding after every session, right? Stellar work can loosen the etheric body's grip, that etheric layer of aura on the physical plane. So you want to eat dense food, you want to touch the earth, you want to walk barefoot after you journey, or really after any significant ritual or spell. No stellar coercion. What does that mean? You cannot force a star to work with you, just like you can't force a deity to work with you or an ancestor to work with you. If a stellar ally withdraws contact, examine what was taken rather than given. Beyond just your natal blueprint and all of your different astrocartography and your harmonics and all of your advanced astrological lookbooks, right? This is about having a stellar grimoire, because a stellar grimoire isn't really just a reference book, right? It is a living record of your personal relationship with specific stars over time. How do I know about this? Because this was done not so much by my great grandma Sir Linda, but certainly my great grandma Elizabeth, my great grandma Virgie, and my grandma Sosha. So this is good for lineage transmission too, but a star works differently with each practitioner, right? And you're going to be your only record, right, for how it works for you and how it reveals its pattern for you as an individual. And if you have that record, boy, it's like good bookkeeping. If you're audited and you have the receipts, you're covered. Same thing in a lineage practice. These are tools that are going to get handed down. Now, yeah, the stars may work differently for your kids than they do for you, but to give your kids a starting point of how they worked for you is good business practice, good spiritual practice. So what are you going to document in this grimoire? Your star profiles, right? So constellations, mythology, the halachial dates, the parans, the fixed star degrees, the deacons, and then your personal experience with each star. What is it asking of you? What is it giving you? Journey records for sure, just like dream logging, date, time, the star visited, the moon phase, your state of consciousness, and you're going to reintegrate that with breath work, sound work, and body movement. Then there's meteorite extraction. Now, for very dense, very foreign energy, like parasitic infection, attachments, like cross conditioning attachments, that foreign energy that is lodged in the field, a lot of times what we'll do is we'll work with meteorite or iron as an extraction tool, right? So the extraterrestrial nature of that material has affinity with non-earthly intrusions. A lot of times when we're talking about deep-seated foreign energetic attachments, there is an other element there, and meteorite extraction addresses the other. Star cord healing, this is about identifying like damaged or severed cords, energetic cords between, between people, each other, or people and their stellar allies. I mean, it's across the board. It's basically, we all have cords, we all are corded to different people, different entities, and they get damaged. right? They get severed. Sometimes we do that intentionally. But when we're doing star cord healing, what you're doing is you're using visualization and sound oftentimes to reweave that connection. So a lot of times you might feel like a warmth, and that usually starts in the crown, or kind of like this sudden sense of landing, right? It can be kind of jarring at first, but that's how you know it's working or that you're doing it right. It's a good indicator. Starlight infusion, right? This isn't hoo-ha. Direct transmission of stellar light through hands, voice into body. That's powerful.